So how is the mini project working now? Is it still no problems?
Many problems, but trying to fix it.
Yeah, it's perfect. As long as you have ideas how to solve it, it's okay. That's the part of programming. So it's getting difficult when you have nothing else to try and it's still not working. But then you can contact me and Ernst so we can help you, or you can try in the group also. There's a lot of other people in the group that maybe could help you to solve your problem.
Yes.
So this afternoon we're gonna have a check on something called Git and GitHub. So what is that you're thinking? So I know a few of you are already using it, so it's possible to store your code on a like GitHub, for example. That's a website, so it's possible to store your code inside that environment. There is also something called just Git, not with a hub, just Git, and that is a way to have maybe a company can have its own Git server, and you could connect to it. From example with Visual Studio, so you could store your code in that space. And GitHub is just a website that is, and they are offering this same functionality as you would have like having the function on the company server where you are working. So you could store the things on GitHub. We're going to try with GitHub today. So we're going to try to store our code. For example, what we did yesterday. We're going to try to store it on GitHub. There's a lot of links today also. There's actually 4 different links here. So these are covering almost everything, I would say. The important part, if you're going to use the GitHub, you need to register an account. So that is the first place to start with. And there are some other links. So we have some Pluralsight covering the basic things. We have some Microsoft using Git in Visual Studio. And there's also a link how to share data with others. So you could work together in projects and so things like that. So if you go for this GitHub page, then I have already registered an account here, but you will have a lot of information already on this page. And as soon as you sign up here, register yourself, you will have even more. There's a lot of tutorials how to work with GitHub and so on. So I have already signed up, so I only need to sign in to be able to come inside this here. So this is my username on GitHub, Mats Lind Lex. I made it from Lexicon. So this is my account. So you can contact me on this address, or with this username. So I just sign in here and I will see a lot of information about what I have inside here with the data I have been storing. So you will see on the left-hand side here are some different projects, or actually they call it repositories. It's a place where you have some data of different types. So it's like a folder structure. And I have some users from other classes here also. They have been sharing their repositories for me, so I could have a look on those and their projects. So I was going to try to add my code we had yesterday into this structure. We will have a better look on this soon. But when you create this or register here, you will get your account name. So it's necessary to have that when you go back to your Visual Studio. So I will go to my Visual Studio here, and I have this yesterday's project with the try catch. So I'm going to try to add this, so it's storing this code in GitHub. Let's see what happens to the group chat. Yeah, it's there. So what I need to do, you need to be sure you have the latest versions of the Visual Studio. Has been a lot of changes for Git during this last year, actually. So, but if you have one of the latest versions a few months back, so it will work great then, I think. If you have problems with Git, maybe you will check that you have a new version of the Visual Studio. So you will see in here, I have it up in the top in the menu, I have something called Git. There is also, I have where the Solution Explorer is on the right hand side. I have a window for Git changes. This is not in use for this project try catch that we made yesterday, so we're going to try to add this. So you could find settings for setting this up inside the Git menu, and you could go for this create Git repository. I think, yes, this is the page. So this lets me add things. So here you have this account thing. So you need to add this information here when you have created your GitHub account. So once I added it inside the Visual Studio, I have it all the time here. So even if I create new projects, I have the information ready. So there are some few settings here. You need to see if you're working with the GitHub. You will see on the left-hand side, you have the 3 options here. Make sure you have the GitHub highlighted. If you choose any of the other ones, the local only, for example, it will not end up in the GitHub. It will only end up on your own computer. So use this GitHub here, so it's highlighted. You will get like repository names and things like that. You will get automatically. It will sense it from your project. You could add a description here if you want to add something. It's not necessary. There is also this checkbox with the private repository. Private means that only you can see it. And you can share it to other users that you know, then they will see it also. If you unclick this one, it will be a public repository, so it's available for everyone to see. So I think there is some, there is some information on the small icon also, telling hopefully the same thing that I told you. So I'm going to go for a private, so only I can see it. But that's up to you, so you can decide what mode you want to have it. And it's possible to change it afterwards also, so there's nothing. If you do it, if you regret your option, you can change it. So when I'm done with all these settings, I have this create and push. So this means it creates something on my computer, on my side, and then it will push it up to the GitHub server. So I'm going to try this and see if I can find it on my, oh, okay, it asked me to save the changes. Yeah, I do it. You will see something happening up here. There were flashing and it was telling 2 outgoing, and then that's 0 again. So What's also happening there, you will see down in the bottom in the blue list, you'll see a lot of more information that wasn't there before. And this is actually saying that this is my GitHub account here, and this is also an indication that it's working. So actually now I should have something on my GitHub page, because I made this create and push, or what the text was saying. So we could have a look and see if I can find it. I maybe need to refresh here. And you see here's a list of my repositories. So I have actually something here. And now it's not. Where did it go? Yes, there I have it. It's not in the order, so it's something that was updated a minute ago. And it says try catch and yesterday's date here. So this is my project. So if I click that one, I will see all the files that are inside my project. You can click on the files to see the information here also. So you will see the code here. So this is now stored on the GitHub server. So if I ever lose my code on my computer, I will easily get it from the GitHub server. So this is a great option to have. And hopefully you start using it also now when you are doing your different projects and so on. So you can actually save them on GitHub, so you get that, know how it's working. And this is something that is used in many companies also. Not everyone is using Git, but there are other also. GitHub is one of the biggest ones, so I think there's many companies that will have it. Maybe not like GitHub, like I mentioned, they could have their own Git server, but the way you are working on from Visual Studio, for example, would be the same. So what can I do now? So if I go back to my code, for example. So I have my code here and I do something, I change something, just adding a comment here. Just doing something here. It's just adding a comment here. So you will see now, if you check on the Solution Explorer, that the program here is a small red icon is inside here. That means that something is changed in this file. So you have this window also with the Git changes. And you will see that there is a change in the program CS file. So it says it's modified. So I could, like, if I want to send this change up to the GitHub server, I could like enter a message here. I don't know what, added a code, comment maybe. And I could do commit all here. So this will save my changes to the server, but not directly. It's like a two-stage rocket here. So when I do commit here, yeah, it's asking about the save again. I didn't save the changes. You will see up here, it's a message, commit, and then just a number, created locally. So it has stored my changes somewhere, but it's only on my computer still. So from that position, I could send it up to the GitHub. So there are like three places. Your code is running where you have it on your hard drive. And then you have a local repository where you end up with these kind of changes. And then you have the GitHub server. So this is still not on the server. So if you check the code on the GitHub server here, I maybe need to refresh just to see. You will still see here you have some information that it's 6 minutes ago the last change was. So if you check this program CS file, I added a comment on this line, but it's not there yet. So it's still on my computer side. So what I need to do then, I need to send it up somehow. You see that it says 1 outgoing, so it's not done yet. So I could click on, I think maybe this. Let's see what it says. It's showing you here what the difference is, what it was before, and what's after the change. So you will have a lot of information here also about it. And there are some, if you check on the right-hand side, there are a lot of small icons here. One is telling you fetch, one is pull, and one is push. And there's the final one just calling sync. So if you want to send something to the server, you are going to use the push. So if I press this push, for example, you will see some information here up. Oh, it was so fast. So it's successfully pushed to origin master. So this is now on the server. So if you go back to our GitHub page now, I will do. Okay, it's already updated now here. So you will see that this program file was, that the change was 3 minutes ago. So let's see what it's saying. So this is now having my comment here. So this is the latest code now. So you could also see it on the, you could see here, added a comment. That was the comment the message I did write in the commit. So if I press on this one, I will also see the difference. What's happened? This is the old code, and this is my new code. So it's a good habit to, when you're doing changes, if you're thinking in small parts, that you're making one small part in the code ready that it's working. After that, you do a commit and a push, so you get your latest code to the server all the time. And it's also a good habit to just push things that are working, so you don't just keep pushing everything all the time. So what else then? I could invite a friend for this also. Just need to see if I remember how. I go for settings. I go for manage access. And you see here that I have the possibilities to add people here. So I'm gonna add one person here. And you could write the username of that person. So I know a guy that is called Ernesto number 1. So I will try to invite him to this project. So he will only be added to this specific repository. So he will not see everything I have. He will just be invited to this specific project or repository. So I add Ernesto number 1 here. So this makes it possible for Ernesto to make changes to this code that I have now. And he can go in and view my project and see everything I've done with this project. So you will see also some information here about it. So there is one that has access to this repository, and this is this is Ernesto that has it. So so I could do other things also, like let's see, you have these different icons. So you could do fetch and pull also. These are getting information from the server down to your code, your local machine here. So the pull is taking it and writing it down to your project here, and the fetch with the arrow, the dotted arrow, is you are getting the information that is available, but it's not writing it down directly into your project. So you could see what's available for you to download. So if anyone makes any changes, I could find out that. So maybe my friend Ernesto will do something with the code. So we could go for check here in the GitHub page again here. I'm gonna do a refresh here. I'm still in the wrong. This is the page here, so no changes yet. So the last change that was made here was by me when I added this comment. So if someone makes changes, I could see it here also. So we could try to make something else also. If I go for my Solution Explorer and I go to the program, and I could add another comment. I said the changes. Oh, you see the icon goes turned red here, so I have some changes. Yeah, and this change doesn't harm anything, so I could actually save it. Add another comment, and I do commit all, and it's still just stored locally on the local repository. So you'll see I have one outgoing message here. I could try to see if there's something else. We're doing fetch also. If there's something on the server that has changed. So it's trying to have a look. There's nothing new on the server, so I will just continue to push my thing to the server. So successfully pushed to server. So I will have the new thing again here. If I do a refresh, I hopefully see what's happening. Yeah. The latest change is add another comment. So you could see now that the previous one was having one comment line here, and now I'm having two. So this is a good way to keep having, so you have the latest things on your server all the time. What else then? So you will also have some, let's see if I can find it. If you go for program in the Solution Explorer, the file here, and you right click, I was hoping to find, yeah, Git. You have an option Git here. So you could have this view history also here. You could see what's been happening in this file, for example. So you will see that there are three different things. The first one is actually when we started, when we created this GitHub repository. Then we added a comment, and finally we added another comment. So you could see, I think, how it was looking like also. So I double clicked on this specific, so you could see how the version is looking. So if I go for the first one here, when I created the project, you will see we have no comments inside here. So you will have a history of what has been happening, and so you could check the old code also. I was hoping for someone to do some changes to my code. Maybe my friend Ernesto got back to sleep. So let's see. Oh, what happened now? Someone has been inside my code here. Let's see. I check this that someone has written a comment, create program.cs. And someone's been inside here and doing things. Making some comments inside here. And this is Ernesto that has been doing some changes to my code. So I could hopefully get this code to my local machine also. So let's see if I find it. This will be interesting part. So we go for this git change here, and we do a fetch here to see if there is anything. This says actually there is one incoming. So maybe I could see what that is. Incoming, you see you have different things here, but I have one incoming that someone made two changes. So it's Ernesto number 1 that made changes. So actually I did a fetch, so I could do pull now. So I would hopefully get the code that Ernesto made also. And I think you figured out who Ernesto number 1 is. So I did the pull now. It says repository updated. So let's see the code here now in Solution Explorer. I go for the program. You will see now that it's not completely. It's because I made the changes that Ernesto was having. So I just got his things. So he made changes to a version that was not the latest one. So he didn't check that he was making changes in the latest one. So this is making me getting also the version that he made. So this is not just automatically finishing. So you need to have some sort of good habit when working with these things. So we were making exactly the same second hour changes. So the good way to work with when you are many people is you should always do a check, get the latest from the server before you try to push something to the server. So there are possibilities to merge data and find it to get it back and so on. So it's not lost. Everything is there on the GitHub, but I was getting his changes, so it was not containing my methods here. So we are working in something called master. You see down here in the right hand corner down, you see master in the blue line. So with yeah, what was I'm going to tell you about? I lost myself here. I was trying. I think I wanted to go to the manage branches. Yeah, I go into the menu here, so I get everything that is available. There is something called manage branches, and you could actually, you see, I only have this master now that I'm working against. You could have many separate branches that are having their own code, so it's possible to create a new branch also. What I wanted to do now is a new local branch, I think it will be. And this branch will be my, I will just call it temporary. This could be any name. And this is based on the master. So I will take the master and do a copy of that. So I do create here. So you will see now that I have two branches now, master and temporary. And you will see that the temporary is a little bit bolder text. This means that this one is checked out. And if it's checked out, it means that you are working with it. So you have the same information in the right-hand corner down here with this, it's saying temporary. And if you click there, you will see also the same information that the temporary is in use. So if you want to use the master, you need to click the master, and you see it updated also here on the up here. So you could be working in two different versions now. So if I go back for this temporary thing here, and I go to the Solution Explorer, I go for this program files. I could add another comment here, working in temporary branch. And I could save it. And I go for Git changes here, and I added temp. I do a commit all here, and I have one outgoing message, so I'm gonna do push now. Oh, and it successfully pushed. So we go to the server side and see how it's looking now. I'm gonna go back here to refresh, so we are back in this. So you will see if I go for the program file now here, and I added a comment here. Where did my comment disappear now? It's not disappearing, it's actually there. But you see that I have possibility to choose branches here. So I was inside master checking now, and I didn't make any changes in master. I made changes in the temporary. So if I choose temporary, you will see that I have this comment now here. So these are two different versions, temporary master now. So I could work in both, but I need to choose which one to work in. So you will see that I'm in the temporary, you see in the information here. And this is where I have this comment. So if I check change to master again, you see I don't have that line of comment there. So you need to take care if you have different branches that you are working in the correct branch. So why would you have a branch, you think? There could be many reasons. Could be, for example, you are working in a, or we would say like branches. You would always have branches if you work like in a bigger projects and so on. What's in the master branch is actually what is on the top level that you will be maybe sharing with everyone. There could be different levels of branches that maybe are having a development branch where you are adding new things. And then when they are okay, you could move them from the developer branch up to the master branch. So the master branch could be like the version that is running in the production environment or something like that. So, but you can also have branches to create something. If you're working in a project and want to do something special, maybe you need to try out something and you don't want to to make the changes end up in the where everyone else is working. You could have a branch to do the test some things and still be able to save it on a server. That is also a good way to have a branch. So we could actually try to get these branches to be having the same information also. So you could go for the Git and the manage branches. And let's see how it's done. I have master and temporary here. I will just see, yeah, this is what I wanted. So I'm gonna right click on the temporary one where I made my changes. And it says merge temporary into master. So I will get what the things that are from temporary will be in master also. So I'm going to choose this one. And it says just, are you sure you want to merge temporary into master? And I say yes. And that was also here, I didn't mention that you could see that there are two, the temporary and master are highlighted in red. Before we made this change, the master was on a different level. It was on this line. So you could see that they are not having the same information. But now when I made this merge, you will see that they are on the same level and having the latest changes. You will still see that it's something in the outgoing. So this change is still locally, so it's not in the server yet. Just type in merge, maybe no. It says outgoing. Let's see what it's saying to me. I will try just to make a push to see if it's sending out anything. Yeah, it was sending up. So it was. I didn't see the information so clear, but it was sending up the change that I made, because when I made the merge, it only merged on my local machine, so it's not on the server yet until I make the push. So we can have a look on the server again just to see what we have here now. We are in the temporary branch. I'm going to change it to master. And you will see now that the master is also having this extra comment here. So now they're actually the same. So you will see that this was the last change that was made here. So these versions are now the same. And just to remember to check in the right, if you have many branches, that you check which one you are using. So sometimes in a very large projects, there could be a lot of branches. So just to remember to work in the correct one. I was not thinking to add so much more about this. Do we have any questions? There's a lot of functionality that we haven't mentioned, and hopefully you will get some extra information if you want to from the links we have. So I'm going to let you have some more time for the mini project.
I have one question, Mats.
Yes.
I'm often messing up my code when I try to change it. If I use GitHub, how can I go back to the previous point in time?
So you will have access to the history. So you could, let's see if I could find it somehow. So we have here is the history we have on what's been changing. Let's see if I get this. I haven't done this now. No, I shouldn't do that. I need to get exact what version I need to get out of that. So I need to come back to you, Lenny, about it.
Yeah, no stress. It was just I messed
No,
up my
I
code really badly
realized
today.
that yeah, I'm not gonna do it yet, so I'm gonna do it correct. But of course, it's possible to get a specific version. So, but you need to be sure that you need working in the right, so you don't keep pushing data to the old one that is not correct. So you need to fix the data that is wrong also, and make sure that it's not part of the when you get the latest and so on. But there is the functionality for everything inside here. There's almost too much to do.
We can take it at a later time.
Yes, we're gonna go do more Git later on also, because we're gonna introduce Git in some other projects later on also. But this is just a brief look on how you could start using it to store your data. So when you are doing the final project in the end, in the last 3 weeks of this course, we want you to use GitHub to save your code. And also adding some instructions so you could have some you could store actually any type of data, the files inside this GitHub. So you could have instructions what you're going to do, what the project is doing, and so on, and add images and whatever. So it's a great way to store and share code. Do we have any more questions? So if you haven't done it, so just register at github.com and you have this user. And then it's pretty easy to add just information to the Git. And no, that was not the one. Yeah, I don't see the same thing anymore. Because I was already adding the things to my information here. No, I don't find it anymore. But you have this location where you add this information about the Git, your Git user. I'm just thinking where it disappeared. It should be there. Yeah, that's not important now. You will have it when you start using the Git, so hopefully you will find it. Because as soon as you start using it and haven't added anything, you need to add your information to it. It's not possible to access the GitHub otherwise. So no more questions. Just continue with your mini project and keep sending questions if you have any. We will try to answer you as soon as possible. Otherwise, see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
See ya.
Yes. See you.